as the pirate Smee.
Great, great actor, great face, great voice as well. Lizo, thank you very much indeed. Lizo Mazumba there, our entertainment correspondent.
Official statistics have revealed that 1.4 million people are on so-called zero-hours agreements in the UK. The employee contracts, which don't guarantee a minimum number of hours, have proved controversial. Unions say some workers are poorly paid and are at risk of exploitation. But some business leaders like the flexibility of the arrangement. Well, we're going to be talking to an employer who's in favour of zero-hours contracts in a moment. But first, the TUC's Hannah Reid spoke to us a short time ago, and she described the number of people on these contracts as shocking.
Certainly there are some individuals who may, a minority of individuals who may like the benefits of zero-hours contract workers. Some nurses, for example, who like to top up their earnings on top of their main secure job by doing bank work. But for the vast majority of individuals, zero-hours contract working just offers insecure work. They don't know how many hours of work they're going to get each week. They have no idea how much pay they're going to take home at the end of the month.
Well, let's talk to Will Davies. He owns the property maintenance company Aspect.co.uk, which is the largest of its kind in the UK, and he's in favour of zero-hours contracts. Thanks for coming in. So why do you like them?
Well, I think they can work for employers and employees. We have a lot of young staff and it suits them very well to have a zero-hours contract so they can work it around either education or qualifications that they may be doing. I think there need to be protections in place for them, so you need to make sure that they're getting the same sort of rights that any normal employee would be getting, but they just don't know precisely what hours they're going to be achieving.
So do you think they just work then for a certain category of person, because the concern is obviously that they're being rolled out and that there is an army of workers out there with no rights, no guaranteed pay, and they don't know where they are each month?
Yeah, I think it certainly works better for that category and also perhaps older staff, but it's not to say that it can't work for anyone. But I think we just need to be careful that it's not that people are being pushed onto zero-hours contracts, but that they're being used when it suits both parties to use them.
Just explain a bit more about how they work, because there's been some controversy over exclusivity in these contracts, which mean that if the person on the contract isn't used by the company that they've signed up to, they're not free to work for anyone else. Is that how you
Yes, I mean,
operate?
that depends how they're structured. The people that we have on zero-hours contracts can work elsewhere. All it means is that they don't know precisely how many hours they're going to get in a month. We will sit down with them in advance, work out what they're due to work in the next month, see what suits them, see what suits us, and generally we can come to an arrangement that works for both sides. And they do tend to get a slightly better rate than those people we have not on zero-hours contracts to sort of account for the flexibility that they give us. So I think it can work, but we just need to be careful that people get the same sort of rights.
It has become a political issue. Labour is saying that they would like workers to have legal rights, so that if they work a certain number of regular hours for a company over a certain period of time, that actually they then get proper legal rights and the right to a proper contract.
Yeah, and I think that's sensible. I mean, I think our zero-hours contract people do get a proper contract and we do give them full rights. So it can be down to the employer, but I think it would be sensible to bring something in that makes sure that other companies are acting in the same way. I mean, we've got about 200 staff. Some are mobile engineers working around London. So it just depends on the type of worker that you've got, and you know, you just certainly want to be careful that people can't just push people onto these contracts and then easily get rid of them if they want to, if they have worked a certain number of hours.
Will Davies from Aspect.co.uk, thank you.
Thanks.
Well, are you on a zero-hours contract? Do you like it that way, or would you prefer set hours? We'd love to hear about your experience. Get in touch. Have your say at bbc.co.uk is the way to email us.
Just slipped past 1:45 is the time. In a moment, a summary of the latest business news with Victoria.